The next matchup. So we talked about Jonathan Taylor. He is, of course, the big name here. Tennessee at Indianapolis. Are you plug and play with Jonathan Taylor if he is active?
I don't have Jonathan Taylor on a single roster, so it's a tricky question. I think if you've sat for 4 weeks without Jonathan Taylor, you probably, unless you've looked into something like a Kyron Williams situation, it's probably time where bye weeks come in where you need to be able to make that decision to play him. I think what we've seen from Anthony Richardson and this offense is that Jonathan Taylor could be insanely good for fantasy in this offense. You know, they're doing far more in the passing game than we expected them to possibly be doing with Anthony Richardson. Every week he's making plays where you just like, that throw was incredible. And of course, then he'll follow it up by missing a wide receiver by 5 yards. But the Colts also, they're game planning aggressively game to game. Last week, they went incredibly run heavy. They led the week in terms of pass rate under expected. They were running as much as they possibly could. So it will be interesting to see how the Titans' much vaunted run defense is able to stop them. We've seen that that's a matchup you want to avoid generally, but the Titans haven't faced any dual threat quarterbacks particularly so far. So if they haven't to account for Anthony Richardson as well as Jonathan Taylor or as well as Zach Moss, who's played far better than anyone expected him to be, then it could be difficult. I think Josh Downs, he's averaging 84% of his routes from the slot, and the Titans are particularly weak against opposing slot receivers. So if you're looking for a contrarian play on DraftKings, I don't mind that at all. In terms of the Titans side, Derrick Henry's averaging 90 scrimmage yards per game, and he's had various games where he's been doing, a lot. He's gotten a lot of touches. The volume is still there for him. Last week against the Bengals was a vintage performance. And I think that's going to be game script dependent, but I'm not sure the Colts are going to put the Titans to bed to the point where Derrick Henry can't keep in this game. I don't think this one's going to go away from him to Tajay Spears. But aside from that, you start DeAndre Hopkins because you can get there on volume. Chigozie Okonkwo is completely droppable. We haven't seen anything from him, even in the games which Treylon Burks has missed out. And it makes me sad because he was so much fun down the stretch last year, but he was so good when nobody else was there.
It comes back to always fade young tight ends because they burn you time and time again.